Sergei Bobrovsky saw Jacob Markstrom let in 9 goals a few weeks ago and said, "I can do that too!" What the absolute hell was that? Sergei Bobrovsky, what are you doing? The Carolina Hurricanes have just beat the Florida Panthers 9-1, and the Hurricanes scored 9 goals all on Bob. Now, admittedly, the guy made 26 saves, so he made more saves than Jacob Markstrom did when Markstrom got lit up by the New York Islanders. But oh my god, Sergei Bobrovsky puts up a .743 save percentage in a game where he gets outscored 9-1. Carolina doesn't even have Shane Gostisbehere in the lineup. That guy is out with an injury. And you're telling me that a Gostisbehere-less Carolina team can still go out there and open up a can of whoop-ass on Sergei Bobrovsky and the Florida Panthers? Didn't these guys just win a Stanley Cup last year? Didn't they win a Stanley Cup 2 years ago? Aren't they the back-to-back reigning, defending, undisputing 2-time Stanley Cup champions? How do you allow yourself to lose 9-1? Oh my gosh, man. You know, the worst part about this is, in my 2 primary fantasy leagues that I'm in, one on ESPN, one on Yahoo, with different groups of people in my life, I'm like, yeah, I have Bobrovsky in both of those leagues. But the crazy part is, I'm still winning. By quite a lot, too. Yeah, I got really lucky with John Gibson and some of the other points that my guys are scoring. So much so that a terrible performance like this out of Sergei Bobrovsky is actually not that bad. But with that said, I mean, do we need to go over all 9 goals? Hell no, I don't want to do that. Dude, Sergei Bobrovsky, get a grip. The Florida Panthers are on the total underbelly of the NHL this season. It's not even close. They're 5 points out of a playoff spot. Sergei Bobrovsky has been so bad this year. He hasn't had a 900-plus save percentage game since December 15th. It's been a month. Every other game he has played has either been in the 700s or the 800s in terms of the save percentage, and I think at some point I'm gonna have to drop this dude in both of my leagues. He sucks, bro. Now, I know there could be the argument, okay, well, why didn't they pull him? Like, 9 goals against, what's going on here? Yeah, well, they're playing again tomorrow. That's the thing. The Panthers are on the first half of a back-to-back, and Daniil Tarasov, they wanted to save him for the game versus Washington. I think that's who they're going to play. Let's just verify that quickly on the NHL website. Yeah, they're playing Washington tomorrow, so I understand. It's like, yeah, no matter what happens, we're keeping our starter in. He's supposed to be our Stanley Cup championship caliber guy. But Bobrovsky has been terrible this season. I get it, he usually comes alive in the second half of the year, and in the playoffs, he has been lights out the past 2 seasons. But this is the worst year we have seen out of Bobrovsky in a long time. Like, he has never been a sub-900 save percentage goaltender since the second year of his NHL career with Philadelphia. 14 years ago, he has been a consistent at least 900-plus caliber guy. The entire time since then, up until this season, where now he posts up a 700-something save percentage game, lowering his already low .881 save percentage. Sure, he's gotten himself a decent amount of results in the games he's played so far, but Sergei Bobrovsky is not it anymore. He is totally cooked, and I'm really starting to question whether or not the Florida Panthers' timeline, their window, is already closing. And that's fine. I don't think that that's a bad thing. They won 2 straight Stanley Cups. Who cares? You gotta come back to earth sometimes. But the fact that Florida was able to succumb 5 goals in the span of... what's the number here? Oh my goodness. They let in 5 goals in the span of about 7 minutes in the third period. Sergei Bobrovsky totally hung out to dry here and not showing up to play these pucks properly. None of these goals were on an empty net. Sergei just let them all in. Meanwhile, if you go over to the Hurricanes, yeah, okay, every single forward got a point. And Nikolai Ehlers got 4 points. Jankowski had 3. Aho had 2. Stankoven 2. Jarvis 2. Svechnikov, Blake, and Taylor Hall got 2. Martinook, Robinson, Kotkaniemi with 1 each. And then you have the defensemen, Nikishin, Mike Riley, each with a point at least. This is a bad, bad loss for a Florida Panthers team that I honestly have been low-key cheering for throughout the course of the year for my fantasy team's purposes. But, it seems like Florida and Sergei, they really had no plans to give us any positive results this season. You can't say it's all because of the loss of Alexander Barkov, is it? Is it? I mean, Matthew Tkachuk's not there either, so you can say that these two guys both being left off the roster these days is that big of an impact, but I have a hard time believing that they all of a sudden go from 2-time Stanley Cup championship material to losing 9-1 and Sergei Bobrovsky not having a 900-plus save percentage game in a month because of these two guys. I mean, okay, I understand. It's like, they've played a lot of hockey, right? They've been working the past 2 years. They've made the finals twice and they're winning all these championships, so of course they're going to be tired, but the magnitude of the loss today was one of the worst we have seen. Not the worst. I think that New Jersey Islanders game still takes the cake for quite possibly the worst goaltender performance of all time in Jacob Markstrom. That was so cheeks. At least Bobrovsky made more saves than Markstrom did. But, it's another blowout. You know what's funny? Somebody talked about this on Twitter. They mentioned how in the National Hockey League this season, I feel like we are seeing a lot more blowouts than ever before. Right? Like, shutouts seem to be a lot more difficult to come by. 1-0 games. I get it. We just saw one the other day. Ilya Sorokin shutting out the Edmonton Oilers 1-0. But we are seeing a lot more blowouts and high-scoring, high-octane games in the National Hockey League. It's almost like goaltenders, they have a higher tendency to quit at this point, especially compared to previous years. We are no longer in the dead puck era, my friends. Things have changed quite a bit. 2 9-goal performances on the same goaltender in the span of a few days. Markstrom, sorry, you gotta go work at McDonald's. Sergei Bobrovsky, he can probably go out there and join you because of how bad he has been. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. 9-1 stomping by the Carolina Hurricanes at the hands of Nikolai Ehlers. Sergei Bobrovsky puts up 9 goals against on a night where he has another sub-900 save percentage game, let alone sub-800 percentage. I'm really considering dropping him now. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Sergei Bobrovsky. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.